Put your faith in the light.
Hello guys, welcome to another one of my videos. This is Lightblade. And well guys, in this one I wanted to talk about the Dragonflight expansion timeline and why this expansion felt so empty even though its patch cadence was incredibly fast. I think it's the fastest one we've seen since Legion. So recently we had some interesting drops of information in the PTR that have very big implications in regard of 10.2. We just had the permanent augment rune appear, which will cost, by the way, 100k gold, which is almost the double of the cost of other iterations of it. I guess it's just normal because of how like gold inflation is. Recently the WoW token went up to 400k gold, so yeah, I guess this is normal. And well, this rune only appears when it's the last patch of an expansion, meaning that 10.2 will be the last drop of story content for Dragonflight. And I say story because I believe they will still drop more content after it, but in the same way they did for Shadowlands, making it a last extra season with the best hits, probably making us do all the raids, plus bringing some experimental Mythic Plus dungeons into the rotation. Because if this isn't the case, well, 10.2 would be lasting just way too long. I'm talking over a year long. To be honest, I'm glad that Dragonflight is going to end with 10.2 because of how empty and lackluster the expansion has felt. Which brings me to my next point. Why has Dragonflight felt this way? So if you look at the Dragonflight timeline, it's full of content updates, you know, patches and so many things, but if you actually played it, most of these things feel very empty because every one of those content drops didn't do anything for the general population. It was just catch-up gear for the most part and just very lackluster events. Like I'm talking about just fill the Vard, get a box, or kill one thing, get a box. I think Blizzard made a huge mistake by adhering to the community too much. I'm talking about the very whiny part of the community that just wants to log in and get rewards. And I'm going to get some flack for this in the comments below, but maybe a bit of borrowed power is good to have, you know. In past iterations, let's say Legion, every one of those patches would have come with another source of grindable power gains that would keep you engaged with the content both as a hardcore and casual player. But the patches of Dragonflight literally didn't change anything in the game aside from the reworks of specs that came in some of them, but for the rest of the people they didn't really add anything. I would argue that adding a bit of borrowed power to every content patch would be good. It doesn't have to be super intricate like the AP grinds of the past affecting everything in your kit, you know, or like making a lot of imbalances in the game. But it can be just simple, like a Paragon system akin to the Concordance of Legionfall from the Legion expansion, where you got an infinite grindable proc, or it could be a passive gain of primary stat, where you could get a currency from all type of content. I'm talking war quests, I'm talking Mythic Plus dungeons, I'm talking raids. Anything you do is going to add to this Paragon thing that you can dump it here. And of course this thing has to be account wide because people will probably lose their minds if they have to grind it on alts again, and so your alts will have it at the same level as your main all the time. But what I'm really asking here is something to keep the players engaged with World of Warcraft. You know, over the time WoW has lost every single one of its grinds, and people would say that there is no more carrot at the end of the stick anymore. And I think this is why Dragonflight has suffered such a drop in player retention and interest over its duration. I think it's time they add a bit of grinds back to WoW and reward players for actually playing the game. Anyways guys, that's going to be the end of the video. What do you think about this? Did you feel that the Dragonflight expansion was empty? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoy my content, subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. Thanks for watching everyone.